Alright, listen, this isn't ideal. I've been trying, I can't even go on camera. But this is the checklist for the revolution. And I think that this ought to be in the back pocket of the people who are going to shadow the representation that we have in the current government as we effect a revolution. It's going to take hanging around in Washington a lot for our people to win for our people, because the government is pretty well damaged. I, of course, have transcendia, and I have a problem down here because I was going to base my money on insurance valuation of human capital. But I just need to form a central bank and write IOUs. I think. I still like my currency I made up. But this is the reading of the checklist for the revolution. It is derived from Killing the Host by Michael Hudson. I have been strongly influenced by Michael Hudson and David K. Johnston and Chris Hedges, and I did read an economics textbook, The History of Economic Thought. I read Piketty, and I'm trying to pull it all together into a best practices checklist, such as a pilot would have a checklist. Checklists really work well. You're not likely to crash if you use your checklist. This is it. Checklist for the revolution. Write it off. Tax rent. Revoke deduction on interest for interest. Create United States Post Office Service Bank. Change banking mission to one that supports industry of the nation for its citizens' abilities to gain food, clothing, and shelter. Fund the government with its own central bank that creates money, unlike a household that cannot create money. Don't borrow from sneaky suit bankers with history of causing or being troublemakers. Social Security and Medicare and armed forces and education and parks and other infrastructure must be seen as regular obligation and paid from general funds. Keep your parking meters and airports and ports and roads and schools and energy utilities, the regular monopolies. Pay from taxes on unearned income. Taxed capital gains at higher rate than worked for wages. Let lenders who lend to people and organizations that can't pay lose when the truth is revealed. Things are worth what they are worth and are what they are, or as we said in the movies, it takes what it takes and costs what it costs. The guy Ricardo was the guy. So there are reasons for all these points, and I'll work harder as we go forward as I seek to create a clear, quick way of understanding all best practices related to finance and banking nationally and internationally as interwoven. All working classes have common interests. Nationalism and internationalism have to reach a balance. But I'll tell you one thing, people whose deeds and communities are crushed are more likely to go to war than people who feel security in their communities. I'll tell you that. Thanks a lot.